Welcome. The only show on the internet that asks if you're gaming. There's nothing else on the whole internet. My name is Coney, joined by TKbreezy. We got kind of a lighter show today. I got a lot of things to talk about because I played a game I really like. But we're going to take your questions at the end, so please ask us whatever you would like. I'm Coney, that's TK. How are you doing today?
What up, what up? Just got finished slapping a bunch of people in Smash Legends. That was a good time. And now we're here to ask y'all if y'all been gaming. So,
Does that game have depth? Because you've been playing for like 2 weeks now.
yeah, it's just Power Stone. So, and it's like, I feel like it's definitely very easy to like get into. But like there is some like nuance to each character. There's little like combos that they have and stuff. Like the Master Cat has a lot of touch of deaths almost, and he also can slide using his special and then using his ult during his special to slide forward and get that going. So that's pretty cool. But for the most part, it's just Power Stone. It's just, you know, footsies and spacing and it's just fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like I would like play it for a little bit and I'd be like, you know, it would kind of go stale. But I was never a big Power Stone guy, so who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean that one, it's got a BR mode. I feel like it's just easy, man. I feel like it's free. Just try it. If you don't like it, then put it away. So yeah, but you don't like games, so anyway.
Well, speaking of which, there's a game that I do like that I would love to talk about, guys.
He's gonna find a way to complain about it.
No, well, I mean, you know, if a game needs a little bit of criticism, then it needs a little bit of criticism. But first things first. So, I'm talking about Resident Evil Village. I did not know how I was gonna feel about this game. I did a thing on my stream where we tried to guess the Metacritic of a game, and I said that I thought the Metacritic for Village would have been like low 80s. I didn't think they could catch lightning in a bottle like they did with 7 again. 7 was very exciting. It was a return to the franchise, whatever. 8 is very good. I'm actually on my 3rd playthrough now. I was never somebody who looped in Resident Evil, like played it over and over in New Game Plus, but this one I'm actually doing on harder difficulty. So I beat it the first time, took about 8 hours. Beat it the second time on hard, took about 5, and now I'm about to beat it on the hardest difficulty, which actually isn't that hard, because at this point everything's upgraded, but I'm going to beat it in like 3.5. And it's like, I don't know, it's amazing all the way through. I was talking about it with some friends last night, pretty much like for a long time, and it's funny, because the game is much less scary than like 7, but it has a really cool design element where it's like, horror games sort of give up all their scares early on, because it's like as soon as you get caught, all the tension is gone. It's like, you know that this thing can't really hurt you. All it's going to do is send you back to a save point or something. But what 8 does, and I'm trying not to spoil anything, so I probably won't talk about it for that long, but right after the point where you realize that it's not actually, it doesn't have that much to scare you, it's like, okay, we're good, and then it goes into action. And it does it in a really cool way. And the ending is bananas. I didn't realize the Resident Evil series was starting to go this way, but it's awful in a great way. I don't know how to describe it. It's very fun.
You're telling me that you paid $60 to beat a game in 8 hours?
Yeah, but it's a fun game. I don't care about that. I like short games, bro.
Not for no $60, I don't.
$60, that is less than $8 an hour. I'll pay that. Absolutely.
I don't know about that, bro. Like, there's been a lot. I feel like that like that needs to be factored into the price point. Now, if you give me a short game, I shouldn't have to pay $60 for it when I'm going to pay $60 for a game that's also like 100 hours. Like, you know, like I feel like that should be maybe like 50. Man, give me like $5 off, and I'd feel even like, you know, $55. How about that? Like, that would have been 1000% fine. But 60, and you beat it, and you beat it in 3 hours.
I now can beat it in 3, but that's how Resident Evils work. All Resident Evils are like that. All Resident Evils are like, you beat it the first time, it takes usually like 6 to 10. But this one is like, this one is all killer all the way through. Like, there are some things, some sections which aren't great, but they're still like, even the bad sections are still 7 out of 10. As opposed to like Breath of the Wild, where I'm just walking around in an empty, vast landscape for like 50 of the 60 hours. You know, it's like I just can't. As long as the pacing is good, I'm fine with it, and the pacing has been very good. It's amazing. I don't know what to say, and also like I never was somebody to beat a game more than once. Like, I beat Resident Evil 7 and I really liked it, but I was like, I don't feel like playing it again. This game, like I said, I'm on my third run. I had fun all the way. I probably won't do it anymore, but I still might play Mercenaries, which is a side campaign. I think it's worth it. Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, I feel like if I can beat a game in 3 hours too, I'd probably beat it a lot as well. It sounds like a roguelike now. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say
Resident Evil roguelike. Like,
you could beat it in about the same time if you check every room in Returnal. So it's a little, but again, it's very good all the way through. Even the worst part of it, which I can't talk about because I don't want to spoil, is like over very quickly. And now I'm just playing through it for like with game design in mind, because I don't really get scared. I can't get immersed by scary games, so I'm like looking at it critically. It's amazing. I don't know. I didn't think it would be this good.
That's pretty much why I don't play. You
can't get scared.
Scary games. Yeah, I just can't get immersed. Like, it's just then I feel like I'm just kind of walking around in like a very like empty place a lot of the times, because obviously like it's building the suspense, like you're walking through a corridor, nothing's going on, and then at the end something's gonna jump at you. But like I'm just like, man, I really wish there was more action going on. So that's why I can't do it, man. Like I appreciate the people that can, because I do like watch a couple streamers that do scary games, like they'll yell and scream and shit like when stuff gets scary, and I'm like, that's cool, but it's just not for me.
If you want action, this is the right one. Because they've really gone back to the way 4. They tried to find a balance between 7 and 4, because 7 went this very like Outlasty Amnesia like jump scare, like pure horror way, but 8 kind of goes back to 4 in that like you always have the means to use every bullet. Like, you don't have to avoid zombies; you can just fight them straight up. Eventually, you might run out, but like they always give you the means to fight your way out, which is kind of neat. It's a different sort of feel, but I'm a huge fan. I like it a lot.
Speaking of zombies, and stuff like that, have you played Hunt Showdown yet? Are you going to try it?
I have tried it once. It was a little bit too slow for me, but I did love the idea. I love the aesthetics.
How long ago did you try it?
Oh God, a long time. They've had a lot of updates, so I want to revisit it. Because, like, the aesthetics and the design of the game is super interesting to me, but it was like they couldn't figure out how to make it not just, like, sit at the boss, wait for somebody to kill it, and then rob them,
Yeah, that does seem like that does seem like an issue. And honestly, I feel like the people that I've been watching haven't been, like, popping off, so it's like, all right, well, but I would definitely like to see, you can get the deluxe bundle for less than the regular bundle.
What game is that?
Wait, Hunt Showdown. So Hunt Showdown right now is sold for $49 or $40, and then it says the bundle info. Hunt Showdown Deluxe Edition bundle is 54% off, and that's $29. And then the loyalty bundle is 55% off, and that's $29 as well. Yep. So I'm not really sure. Like, I'm gonna have to look into these. The gold bundle comes with the music, and I don't really care about the music, but I probably am gonna buy it tonight to see if I feel like I've heard too much about it, and I do want to see if it's cool, but yeah, I just haven't.
When I played it, it was just too slow, and maybe they've updated it, but it's like it's an amazing idea if you want to invest that. But when I played it, I was like, oh God, it's such a long time to like. I think that's why I like Herbs and some other games like that. I feel like a lot of people are taking those ideas and like iterating them on games that take like 15 to 20 minutes at most. And I think Hunt Showdown can go way longer. This is a while ago, so maybe it got updated. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll probably see, because I'm going to go ahead and look into it like while I'm chilling today. Maybe this is a game that I could potentially play on stream. Who knows? But moving forward, speaking of games you can play on stream, it's that Nintendo Game Builder Garage. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, this sounds like a way for Nintendo. I feel like Nintendo's gonna DMCA you if you make it too good of a game. Like with their technology, it's like, whoa, hold on, player. Like, we didn't mean for it to be that nice. So
That's the
but I looked
ultimate
into it,
prize. Like, that's an achievement if you can get them to shut your game down. Your
but I
Mario is
looked
too
into
good,
it,
bro.
and it's cool. I mean, like it has like it's surface level from what I've seen so far, but maybe there's some like um more like I guess harder stuff to do later on. If you're like an actual programmer, you can like jump into the deep end.
Yeah.
But there's easier stuff, like it's like, here's a character, now map the buttons, right? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, now here's the stage, like put objects on the stage that you want to that you want to be objects, stuff like that. What are you trying to do here? Instead, you can make like racing games. I saw some shooters. I saw like some sports type games. So I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. But like, I'm interested in see like what I think that game definitely needs, because they didn't show that yet, is you need to be able to share your games. If you can't share
no
your
question.
games, then like there's no reason to buy that game.
It's dead in
Like,
the water.
Yeah. Like, you gotta have your friend come over, dude, check out this thing I made. Like, come on, man.
I'm not coming to your house?
Yeah.
What do you mean come to your house?
If you can't share that game, then yeah, it's dead. And I didn't see that as a thing yet. But I'm kind of excited to see what happens if people like are going to just remake old games, or if they're going to like try to make some new stuff based off of old stuff. Like if someone tried to make a Chrono Trigger, but like with original IPs or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Someone tries to remake F-Zero, if that's the thing that they can actually do. Like, cool. Like I want to see what happens with it. But for what I've seen so far, I've only seen like the simple side of things, and it looked neat, but I don't know if I'd buy it myself.
I'm definitely just I'm gonna buy it, but only so I can like do game jams. That's really it. Just like if I could just be like, all right, everybody just make a game, I'll play them all. Whoever has the best game gets, I don't know, maybe I'll give out $300 to whoever wins or something stupid like that. It's like,
it does seem like a Coney content classic.
I'm a
right
fan.
There.
It looks like a very funny, almost like a Dreams style for Nintendo. I don't know. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it, but it all depends on like shareability and how deep the things are. Because I feel like it's, I don't know. Those things usually don't go well. Like game makers of certain types, unless you want to make something really goofy and silly. But maybe it's aimed at kids that want to get into game development. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like honestly, if it's Nintendo, you always have to worry. Like, is this aimed at kids? But
yeah,
and maybe that is good. Maybe that's going to start them off on the right path. Like,
sure.
Yeah, this is really fun. I liked doing this. Let me do this some more.
Yeah,
and then hopefully they'll want to do that. Oh, all right. So it's the gold edition. It's the gold edition that you want. Got it. That's got everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that tonight. But yeah, no, I just I saw it like kind of in passing. I was just kind of running down some of the sites to see what we have to talk about, and I was like, wait, I did hear about this. I just haven't like looked into it. Now that I've looked into it, I'm kind of like, all right, man, this could it could be something.
Yeah,
be something. I'm not completely sure if it's for me, but I would, if this is one of those things where I can just load it up and take games from other people, then yeah, I'll definitely buy it. But if they're gonna hit me with like the tutorial, like you have to make your own game before you can steal games, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like, come on, man. I'm not trying to do all that.
I think if they just take the Mario Maker infrastructure and apply it here, that's it. That's all you have to do. Just like let people make levels, make their own games. You can download them. You can like send people codes. Like, I think a simpler version of Dreams like that would be amazing. Like sort of Mario Maker DNA on a grand scale. I think it would be cool. I'm excited for it. I can't believe it's coming out so soon. They just kind of dropped that, which makes me think either it's not a big deal or it's going to be really light in abilities. But, it'll be a fun little gimmick for like a few days.
Yeah. The other thing that I saw, which is kind of funny, is that like on the site that I usually look at to see what we could talk about, there's an update that was just like Bayonetta, Metroid, and Zelda do not have release dates still. It's like, okay, that's not news. Like,
that's not an update, but thank you for twisting the knife a little bit.
Like, God, that's not news at all. Like, it's the same thing that we already knew. They do not have updates. That's just the guy like looking, and then he's reading he's reading it and like he's skimming it and he sees all these titles. He's like, oh snap! And then at the end, do not have release dates. Okay.
He's
Thanks,
just
man.
a big Nintendo fan that wants to piss them off. Just
Yeah.
he really wants those games, and I get it, dude. I'll never forget they announced Bayonetta 4 when we were at the VG that boot camp in Las Vegas,
Yes.
and that was the time that the first Bitcoin thing happened, like the first big bump, which is like 2017.
Yes,
Good Lord.
It was a while ago. So the fact that we're still, we don't know anything about this. We haven't got a trailer. We got was a still screen for both of those games. Now we got a trailer for Breath of the Wild, and that was cool. Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever they're going to call it. And that was cool. But yeah, the fact that we've seen no gameplay, no extra, no like movie trailers, no nothing for Bayonetta and Metroid that hurts. And I'm not even like a super huge fan of either one of those games, but I did want to play them. I'm a fan enough to where I'm like, all right, this looks cool. I want to play it. Like I like Bayonetta 1 and 2 a lot. I definitely want to play Bayonetta 3. I didn't really ever play too much of the Metroid games, but I know they're pretty cool. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll just hop in on this one. Like whatever, right? No info. Nothing.
I don't know what's going on with Nintendo. Like they're slowing to a halt. They haven't had like next month is Mario Golf, which is like okay. Yeah. All right, I'll play it.
That's a quality like I would say $40 investment is probably going to be 60, but like that's a quality like maybe 10-hour investment.
It'll be
get
fine.
In there, play the little speed golf, and then every now and then we'll hop back into speed golf. That's like a Friday night streaming with your friends. Like that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one super light. I might play it for like a couple hours, but I'm getting it no matter what because that speed golf looks funny. So that's what I want. Does.
Yeah, I'm definitely big on the speed golf. Like they sold me directly off just that. I was like,
as soon as I saw everybody running for the ball, I was like, yo, that looks nice. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So if y'all are gonna be in on that, definitely probably run some stream games for that for sure. Yep. But yeah, man, we're at the end of our part of the show. We got a little bit of time. So if y'all had some stuff that y'all wanted to sound off on, please do so in the chat. Questions, topics, any of that stuff. We're down to talk about it.
I was just gonna say it's funny because like I haven't played that many new games in a while because nothing's really been coming out, and then in the span of a couple weeks, I'm playing through Snap, Returnal, and Resident Evil 8 now, and it's like I don't know how to manage my time. There's so much stuff out at the same time, and like I've been playing so much RE8. I'm sort of like it's always a thing where like I want to beat a game quickly because I want to get my thoughts out about it, and then I also want to like just get on to the next thing or be ready for the next thing. And that's sort of how I felt with RE8, where it was like, I got to beat this because I know people are going to want to spoil it.
Oh, for sure. And you got to beat that within like a week and a half or at most, at least. Like, I see that we got, y'all said that the Metroid had a developer and they started over with a new one. Oh, okay. So that's why we're not hearing anything.
They apparently threw the whole thing out. I think I don't remember who was on the first one, but they gave it to Retro, I think. And Retro is now I can't remember. No, it was Next Level that got bought. Did Retro get bought? I don't know if they're a first party or second party, but either way, Retro, I think, is working on it now. They're based out of Austin. And they're apparently doing good.
I wonder if if the game ends up bad, will they ask for like the Snyder Cut edition?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Prime. This game sucks. Where's the Snyder Cut?
It's funny to see companies doing that though, because apparently that also happened with Smash, with Street Fighter 6. Like they started it and it was fine, and then it just got really bad, and they fired the guy that made it and they restarted it. So like, these companies aren't messing around. They're not trying to put out crappy products. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I mean that is good, but also I feel like that has to happen with Street Fighter 6 because like Street Fighter 5 started so terribly.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's still kind of suffering from that start. Like it's probably an all right game right now, but like I think that just from the start and it taking so long to get there, most people don't want to spend $140 to get to the point where the game is good. So I bought every expansion for that game, and I think I have like 90 hours in it at most. And that game has been out for quite some time, so that's not really a lot of time in general. Most of it's probably been in the training room or playing fast. And yeah, just I don't know. Like I feel like if your game starts off with that bad of a jump, and that's what happened with probably MVCI too. I feel like MVCI is probably all right now, but because the start was so bad that most people just wrote it off. Like it's hard to recover from that without like some, I don't know. Well, I still don't know how No Man's Sky did it, to be honest. Like I feel like it's just really hard to recover from like really bad publicity right at the beginning of your game. And they managed to do it, but I feel like I've never seen another game be able to do that.
The way you
I don't even hear anybody talking about Cyberpunk anymore.
Yeah. I feel like the way you do it is you just have to shut the hell up. You don't talk at all. Because, like, any tweet that you make, any public thing that you do, like, you put your head up, and everybody is going to just run all over you. So you have to just shut up, make the game you want, and hope people notice. And apparently in No Man's Sky's case, they did. They've been doing a lot more marketing now that it's good. But yeah,
which is understandable. Like they kind of like they've taken their game and like made a way better game and expanded it too. So I know they got like No Man's Sky Expeditions now, which is just like short version No Man's Sky, which is like really good for people who probably don't have time to like, you know, to explore the entire galaxy.
Yeah,
you just want to play the game though. So it's like they give you little short expeditions and like they give you missions and stuff, which is a little more targeted gameplay, which is probably something that I'm really into.
Yeah.
You know, I think that the game, when you first boot it up, can be a little overwhelming. You have so much to do, and it's like you already know that like you're on one planet, but there's like 8 million planets out there.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, all right, this might be a little overwhelming. But but like with expeditions, it's probably like, you know, very targeted, maybe like 1 to 5 planets or something like that. And you're like, all right, you go explore all this and then you're good. And like that seems pretty on the money.
It's kind of interesting to me because like when I was playing No Man's Sky, I felt this way about Minecraft too, where I started playing Minecraft. I was like, okay, what do I do? And then they have like a challenge thing built in, but it's not really comprehensive, and I didn't really like it. But No Man's Sky is kind of similar, where like they start you off, but you're not really. It's not the same game as something that's a very narrative, like go to X, do Y kind of deal. Which I think a lot of people drop off from, myself included. Although Zoomers, I don't think care, because like they loved Minecraft, they loved the creativity and just being able to go anywhere. I hate that because I want guidance, but you know, if other people like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big one. Like, just give me like something. Like, if I have an open world game, I'm down to explore the whole world, but just give me something that is a point of when I'm done exploring, like I can
15 minutes.
Do.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, like. Yeah, you can see everything, whatever you want, but like this is the main core. This is the main thing. This is why we like Far Cry so much. Far Cry is a very open world game, but like it is targeted. You know, like after a while, you're gonna have to push that story forward.
Yeah,
and it's like, all right, cool. So, you know, checkbox game lets me explore as much as I want, but also gives me some type of you know, something to look forward to or something to work toward.
Sure,
Well, I was gonna say that's a 10 out of 10. That's not. Far Cry's are not 10 out of 10 games. They're like a solid 7 out of 10 games. Like they do their job, they do it well, but like, damn, like, can we get something added to this formula?
I'll drop a 7, 8 if I like the voice actor. That's it. If the main bad guy is cool, I'll drop an 8. Like that's all it is.
I can get with that.
Yeah. Sure. Apparently, the next game has the Giancarlo Esposito, the guy that plays the bad guy in everything you've ever seen. So that might be fun, but
yeah. Well, I'm hoping that pays off. Wait, isn't that the bad guy currently in
Mandalorian?
Yes. Okay.
He's Mandalorian. He's Breaking Bad. He's The Boys. Like he's always like the calm bad guy, and now he's doing it again in Far Cry. Is like, okay, so you're doing that's fine. You're good at it. You know, I'll give it up. That's fine.
Yeah, sometimes like you typecast yourself so hard in a role, like it just embrace it, you know.
It hits. It hits.
Just embrace it. Yeah. But guys, that's gonna be it for Y'all Gaming this episode of 5/11/2021. I don't know why I said all that. You guys don't know what you're watching, but just in case you didn't know the date and you needed a reminder, there it is. This will go up on podcast, Spotify, and also YouTube. So if you want to see us than watching on YouTube. But if you just want to go ahead and hear us, there's the podcast version of you. I feel like honestly, this is definitely a good show for you to just kind of put in the background and like listen to.
For sure.
I've definitely listened to it myself, even though I'm on it. But like, you know, it's just nice to like, it's just nice to have it in the background while you're like doing some other things. So thank you guys who have all decided to listen to us ramble about games. We like games. And we hope that you are gaming too, you know?
Yep. New stuff's coming out soon. I definitely just put in a key request for Biomutant, which will...
Oh, let me do that.
Yeah. I put in a request. It is... it's coming out when I'm on vacation, because I'm going to be on vacation from the 21st to the 28th. So I'm gonna see some reviews come in and come home and be like, I'll be the judge of this. So we'll see.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to go. It's coming out, and I'm supposed to go down to Austin like the same day that it's coming out to like go look at the house. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll play it on the weekend or something. Like we'll see.
Dude, I've been keeping my eyes open for this Hood game, the Robin Hood game, Outlaws and Legends, because like
it's already out.
Yeah, it just came out. I think today is today the 10th. Yesterday, it came out yesterday, and like I've seen nothing about it. I need to like check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
yeah,
I haven't,
I
can't see any reviews. I don't see any coverage. I'm like, what do people think about this? So I gotta check it out to see if it's worth the shot.
What did you apply for this? Keymailer?
Keymailer, yeah.
All right, yeah, because I thought it was gonna be on Rainmaker. They usually like.
Dude, Rainmaker, I can't find anything on there.
They don't have anything.
I was gonna be meaner. I was gonna be meaner with my words, and I stopped. I don't know what the deal is.
The Rainmaker popped for the Marvel game, and then after that, it was like, that was it. And I was like, okay. I also got Jampala from there, but I could have got Jampala from Keymaker too, or Keymailer too. So, yeah, they should probably
work on that.
They should probably do something about that. Yeah, for sure. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Again, this will be up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. We will be we'll have more episodes for you in the future. So definitely stick around, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Good night and goodbye.